going on, everyone? Welcome to this new episode of the Eskwilax Hour. I'm your host, Efrain Martinez. The Eskwilax Hour, where we bring you local news, local artists, and everything creative. Today we are in here in beautiful Boyle Heights with Manuel Vdah.
How's it going?
This is what it is this is this the last day for this exhibit that you had?
Actually, it is, yes.
And where is this space called?
The space is called Tayer.
Okay.
We're located in Whittier Boulevard. Across the street is Euclid. So it's something new we're trying to bring out, new artists. For this round, it was a few of us that came, were being exhibited. Me, Edward Ramos, Wilmer Reyes, which is the owner of the gallery. So keep Taller in your thoughts, and because we are going to be doing more shows out here, more workshops as well. So
Well, thank you for having us in your space right now.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Did I message you about your one of your paintings? Is that how it went?
I believe, I think that's how it went down.
Yeah?
I think through Avenue 50.
Okay.
I think there was you had seen something there, and then you approached me through there, and through Kevin Silva, I believe.
See,
Yes.
that's how the connections
Yeah.
happen. They're really quick, and that's how we do it. We reach out. We're just normal cats that we'll see the work, we see the artists, and we'll just reach out and have y'all come on. We're not gonna pretty much say no, just because we've been on that side. We've been where the artists want to speak on your work, but sometimes some spaces won't let you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So let's get a little bit more into your art. I know that we kind of jumped in there real quick. I had a few cups of coffee. My bad. And yeah. So how did this whole journey start? Like what made you like start putting it on the canvas? And
The journey, I mean, for me, started as a kid. So I remember seeing my uncle drawing these little characters on his architectural table back in the days, like in the 80s. That was like something big, So to see him doing his thing, I was like, I want to do that too. So when he would leave, I would sneak up and try to trace the little characters he was doing. Little did I know that those characters he was doing was like for school assignments, because at the time, his wife, she was a teacher's aide. So I didn't even know the connection, but as you grow older, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. How things, like somehow it's still communities one way or another without
Yeah.
even knowing. So that one happened, and then we ended up moving. I ended up seeing these kids getting down in a yard, like straight out dirt yard. We used to play baseball with tennis balls.
was it out here or
It
which?
was actually in I'm originally from Echo Park, MacArthur Park area.
Oh.
So yeah, like Westlake, all that.
Did you get to see the Bellman yard?
I actually
Wow.
participated a few times.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
dope.
a blessing, bro. It was a blessing.
I remember hearing about it because I stay more towards like I used to. Well, not even now at Mid City.
Yeah,
So-
City wasn't too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had heard about Belmont. How was it? How was that experience there, man?
Man, it was. Man, I wish like you could capture that and put it in a bottle and like just tell people how it smelled, everything. I mean, it was just grimy, bro. It was wild, but at the same time, I remember seeing heads that are legends now painting at the moment. And I was in high school, just ditching school. I was like, F school. I'm gonna jump out, go get school for real. And that journey took me on, and as a little kid, as I got into high school, I got involved into graphing, and seeing everybody that was involved, like really got me more hyped. And I just kept going at it, man. I kept going at it. I always kept art as something that I always wanted to do something with. So I knew I wanted to be involved one way or another with it, whether it was with graph or teaching, or in one way or another. It had to do with art. And my journey took me through music, then it took me back to art, and this is where I'm at now, like exhibiting,
Just showing
images
your
of
work?
Yeah.
Let's retract a little bit to the graph. Were you more into like the characters or like the actual lettering?
I was at the time I was more into. It's always been the characters on my end, bro. Like to be
Did you
honest.
have a character that you could talk about? You know?
Yeah, I do actually. It's this little character that has a turntable on his head. Like I've always carried that character with me through different works. Um, One of the latest murals I was able to do recently in South Central, I ended up putting that character in there, and it goes back to always having that melody in your head. You know, like the jukebox, that beat. That character is something that I always trace back to a lot of my earlier work, and I always
Yeah.
bring them out.
Um, and then how did you create that character? Like, what was the?
That character was a hybrid between the turntable, and then having having it on the top of like somebody's head. So it was like the idea was to tell like the music is always in some, you know how the people tell you the soundtrack to my life type deal.
Oh yeah, it's dope.
So that's how this beat was always playing in his head to me, to this little character. So that's how I kind of pushed that. But then it was also powered by spray paint, so you had like spray cans in the back of its head. So that's like it was being fueled by creativity again, color, and it connects to my whole basis of my work. You know, like energy being through colors and everything. So, um, yeah, like I mean, talking about it right now, I'm like, damn, it connects to a lot of my works. You know,
Yeah,
even without
right. Yeah,
even
when you
knowing.
sit down and like start thinking about the little things, and you're like, dang,
Yeah, they
that's
connect, man,
pretty
as well.
deep.
Yeah.
And then from your character, you said you got into music. How was that?
The music was an experience for me that to this day I still dabble with, and has always to me it's been like this thing where it's called I call it an audio visual, and I've heard other artists around me say it as well. That's why it fascinates me when I hear other people say it. But my interpretation for it has always been the audio visual, right? I'm trying to tell a story with my painting without telling you a word, and then with the music I'm painting a picture with my words. So it's like going back and
Yeah,
forth, you know, left side, right side of the brain type deal, you know. So it's like I'm trying to visualize it on both ends. That's what for me music is. You story tell. My work sometimes is storytelling as well. So that's how it connects a lot. And then both of them being universal languages,
yeah,
where
definitely.
you
Yeah,
know,
music, graph. Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's great, man. And then and how long has the journey been like with the music and the art?
I'd say the music and the art has been started taking it serious maybe after high school. You know,
Yeah,
you're still in high school. You're still trying to figure yourself out, trying to get out of things that you got yourself involved into. You know, so that was I was going through that journey, finding myself, and through that point, you know, like again, art to me had always been something that I wanted to do something with. So I
yeah,
went started kind of trying to figure out how I can go to school for it. So I started going to school for it. I went to Glendale Community College for a couple years, like a cool minute. Like I went for a
yeah,
cool minute.
yeah, man.
You
We
know,
all
did
go
my
through that.
time, you know,
Yeah,
but it worked out at the end because I got invited to do murals there when I
sick.
left, and all these opportunities came out. And then went to Long Beach. That kept me further in my journey, and it made me really focus more on really and how I want to approach the this journey that I'm still on, because I feel right now I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot. I'm still trying to figure out how to use certain medias together, and uh ideas, you know, everything, even like performance work también, like everything has a way of how to do a certain approach, you know. So I'm learning from everything, from everybody around me. That's why I love going to art shows, like seeing
Yeah, yeah.
everybody's work, all my folks work. Like that's love, man, being around my people's work too, because it's like we're all on different ways, but we're all going for the same thing, to
Hell
create
yeah.
something, you know.
And you mentioned that like the art kind of evolves. Like right now, there's a lot of like it's going toward more like the what do you call it? That one program everybody uses to draw on the iPad.
Oh, what's it called?
S-
Procreate.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people use Procreate now, you know.
yeah,
And then so like it's something new you gotta learn now, and like it just that it changes.
yeah. It does.
So now you have like another tool because it could be a tool or it could be something that you want to stay far away from because you
Yeah.
want to stay traditional. But you know, a lot of people too, they're like, well, this is a new tool. This is fun. You know, it's faster.
It
So
is.
it just depends on people and depends on where
What you
you're
want to
at.
go
Yeah.
about it, yeah. And even for me, like, I've been kind of dabbling with Procreate
Yeah.
just to
Yeah. Yeah.
do. I've noticed that it's helped me because I'm trying to get into silk screening or screen
Yeah.
printing. So all of that helps with that. So it goes hand in hand. It's just pretty much honestly just being open minded
Yeah.
to how you want to go about things. And man, that right there will take you a long way. At least it has for me. And I think that would be the best advice I can give people. Like, just be open minded about where you want to take your work.
Yeah, and definitely meeting like more people in the art community and the art shows. Kind of also like you can go to these different exhibits and they all have like either newer digital art or just like
Yep.
more traditional work where it's like hand painted canvas,
Mm-hmm.
acrylic. This is acrylic, right?
Yeah,
Acrylic,
this is
and
acrylic. A little bit of it is oil, but the majority of it's acrylic. Yes. Yeah.
that's good. That's good. So we're actually gonna this went by real quick. We're gonna take a little break. Thank you for answering those couple of questions right now, and we're gonna be right back on this new episode of the Eskwilax Hour, season 16. Efrain, Manuel. Again, the Eskwilax Hour. Alrighty, so again, the Eskwilax Hour, season 16. Efrain, our friend Manuel, thank you for being here again with
Thank you.
us
Thank you.
and sharing all those the words with us. And my next question was gonna be, what I did notice, or the first time we spoke, like a few weeks ago, about the culture in the paintings and in your work. You want to tell a little bit more about that part?
Yeah, a lot of my work, I like to trace back to the past, since we all do have a past. And the way I try to interpret the past, at least through my work, is putting Mayan hieroglyphs. Since I am from San Salvador, I have a
Okay.
little heritage. I'm trying to include some of the motherland, also some of the colors that you see in the paintings from El Salvador. Um, I'm from over there, but I was brought here when I was 6 months.
Oh wow.
So it's like I'm not from here or nor there, but
I know the feeling. Yeah, I
you
was
know,
brought
like
when I was 10. So
yeah,
yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
like a
yeah.
wanderer, man. So I think that explains a lot why I try to hold on to both sides, past and present. But definitely in the present, what I'm trying to show is a hybrid because the what I am interpreting as like the hieroglyphs, it's something that's already been done. So what I'm bringing is something new,
Yeah.
so a new, you could call it not a new species, but a new interpretation of the same image.
But also just putting it in there, people, it makes people question it.
Yeah.
Where is that coming from, or what does it mean? What's the symbolism in it? That's why the first time I saw it, I asked you, "Oh, is it this culture?" And you're like, "No, hey," you're like, "No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got it wrong, buddy. It's from over here." And like, which part of El Salvador, if you don't mind
I'm
sharing that?
from La Capital.
Okay.
Yeah, and my parents they're from San Miguel, and then
And
San
do they go?
Jacinto.
Do they visit or?
They haven't either. I think the only one that has been able to go back is my father when he was fixing
Yeah.
his paperwork.
Okay.
But they haven't gone back. I unfortunately haven't gone back either because we were escaping what was happening, which was the guerrilla, and
Yeah.
then in the 90s, we had another second civil war, which is when folks got deported over there. And now, I mean, things are cleaning up, so maybe who knows, man? Maybe
Yeah. You never know what
I
it.
might. I would love to go. Actually go see and be able to touch the soil where I came from, man. Cause like again, you feel this little piece of you that it's kind of like, man, this you want to know where you come from, And
Yeah.
these are
But
my interpretations.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Well, using your art, you're sharing that with people too. Because that's how it caught my eye because of that. The what was the other piece on that side? I don't know the name. If you have a name for it.
For this one,
Yeah.
or which one is it?
Yeah, this one. Remember you were telling
This
me
one, oh
about it?
yeah, it's called the ofrenda, which has to do with an offering of pretty much somebody that's under the street light, and just looking at themselves and also looking at the whole world around them and asking and telling them they are the ofrenda, to what they're trying to bring about. And that's why you have images of the bus, because we travel. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
on a bus still to this day, so what I put out is reality from what I live, and the image of the guitar with the wings relates to one of my friends that passed away a long time ago, and so all of that, that's the offering that I continue to give with my artwork, and to me, it's on that level of ceremonial, just giving back, giving back.
And you said you're also working on a newer piece, right? The one we kind
Yes,
of have
this
in
piece.
frame. Yeah.
Yeah, this piece right here actually is for El Dia de los Muertos, a show that's gonna happen November 1st, and I'm getting it together right now. Also, relating to my friend, and putting images more. This one has more hieroglyphs and it also has more figurative, but at the same time, it has other symbolism that relates to kind of like what I'm trying to show
Like your
everybody.
personal life,
Yeah,
your
personal
culture.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a big the image itself on that one is like it's in itself it's a bigger hieroglyph
Yeah.
because I've been doing a lot of my work has smaller hieroglyphs. With this one is the hieroglyph itself is gonna be the image of the painting. So
And it's gonna be up for a few weeks, a month,
I
or.
believe it's gonna be up from November 1st to the end of the month.
All right, so if this episode we have it up by then, people can still see it, like you said, from November 1st and on.
Yeah, I believe the coffee shop is called Elouet. I believe
Yeah, like Ulu,
Elu.
on was it Soto and
Uh, I,
Olympic
I believe so. Yes, they're
or
just opening up. So yeah, y'all check it out. November 1st. It's
all
not
right.
only me putting displaying work, but other artists that are upcoming that are also paying a tribute to our ancestors. So definitely gonna be a good show.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, definitely people gotta go check it out that
Yeah.
day. Be there to support.
Yeah.
And my next, I was gonna ask you, yeah, it was the question was with the symbolism and all the in your work. You want to explain a little bit on this one specifically?
For this one, it was this one I've actually had been sitting on this painting for a while, for like maybe 10 years. That's why I tell people sometimes never to give up on your work because when that spark hits, it's gonna hit and you're gonna go with it. Um, it originated from me seeing. I had a dream of seeing elders, kind of how the way these guys looked right here. They were a certain color, and one of them had a paint roller. At the time, I was heavily involved in graffiti. I was really painting a lot. But in this dream, I actually seen this guy. He pointed at me and he looked at the wall with the paint roller, and then he started just hitting the wall with the paint roller. But he started painting these cornfields, right? So that's where I made this image from. What I got from that dream was that the elders were showing me what was there before the high towers and buildings in downtown, because it was in the heart of downtown where this dream happened in my
Oh
head.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So from that point on, that dream evolved into this image that I have now, and I call it Crossroads, because there's two paths that you can take. It just depends which one you want to go with. A lot of the symbolism has to do with my experiences as well, and ceremonial experiences that I've gone through. And at this time, at least for the like the mountains that are made out of colors, for me, that's the energy, yeah, the vibrancy that I try to relate in a lot of my work. That's why it's pretty much splattered everywhere like it's blood, because that's what it is. It's literally the crossroads where you want to go with, right? Either you're gonna go with the gun or you're gonna go and take yourself out, or you have the tools to either process it with a marker or go off with the mic. It literally all depends. Like everybody has that fuel in them. That's where the candle comes
Yeah,
from.
the candle. I remember you telling me about the candle.
Yeah, it's just how you flame it, right? Which way do you go with? Do you either self explode or, you know, do something with it? So yeah, this image is very. That's why I call it crossroads. It's like it goes back and forth, and the colors have again a lot of energy. A lot of energy. A lot of things are crossed out. Letters are also a big thing of my work. At the time, I was really heavily. Again, graph has a big influence in me. So with that, I always try to go back and forth with it. Sometimes I'll try to do the graphics within the letters of graph and like kind of portraying that side of it on the portrait versus doing the letter itself. So the process, I would say, I show a lot too.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for explaining that
Yeah.
and sharing that with us. And yeah, I mean this one, cause again, yeah, like I also did graph back in the day, so it caught my eye. Like when I came into this room, one of the first ones, I was like this one, and like I'm like, whoa, like what does this mean? What does that mean? I saw the crown. I'm like, the colors. And then I saw like the corn, and that's when I saw, like you said, it's like a mixture of two cultures.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
past and present,
yeah.
the cultures that I've been introduced to, which is graph, and then where my background. So it's like, how do you bring that out to the world where they're telling you you're supposed to fit and be this way or that way? I mean, this is it. This is it. This is what I brought out.
And as far as like the painting, do you have any like and graffiti, bro? I guess, do you have any like influences that influence your work, or any
Uh,
people that you grew up just kind of like, man,
Man, I mean, a lot of the heads I grew up with. Man, one of the guys that I remember when I was a kid, his name was Same. All right, rest in peace.
rest in peace.
The homie got killed out there, but that kid, man, he was killing freights even before that was a thing. Like back in, man, '96. So, I props to him, man. His name was also Manuel. So
Oh, dope.
wild stuff, bro. Like two worlds, and seeing how that went down. It's like, man, props for him, man. Like that kid, yeah, he was an influence like in a lot of my work. Mir one too, like I've seen a lot
Oh
of his
yeah,
work, like
yeah.
the way he interprets stories with his figures and just the way he goes about his work, man, wild. Uh, Tent one also, another cat that's old school head. And I know he got sick as well, and he went through his
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I think a lot of the older his skill, Chaz, for his calligraphy, um, all of that, bro. I think a lot of the graph around me, a lot of the heads I grew up with too, that had an influence in my work. Just trying to upkeep and show people like, hey, dude, I could do this, I could do that. Like painting with a lot of the heads that are here in this room too, like that mad influence, man, mad influence.
That's
So
dope, man. Cause we're now like a different generation, Then you have the other generation
yeah,
coming up after us. So I mean, I'm sure one day somebody's, people will watch this episode and be like, "Yo, that dude Manuel, I saw his work, inspired me to do this whole new type of painting, whatever the future holds us."
Yeah, right. That'd be dope, man. I
Mm-hmm.
hope so. I mean, that's my goal, man. Just to be an inspiration for somebody, anybody, whether it's dancing, music, painting, writing a book, man, whatever it is, man. Just if whatever I can inspire somebody, man, then I did my part.
Do you have any advice for like the younger cats that are gonna, get into art?
Yeah, I would say just don't give up on your work, and let me see. What I mean by that is don't stop doing it, no matter what. No matter what happens, don't stop. Uh, there's days when you'll probably feel like you don't want to do it no more. Those are the days you go harder. Just, yeah, just man. You see, I'm even joking now, bro, because it's
Yeah,
like
man.
that.
No, it
It's
is. Yeah.
passionate. You gotta be passionate for it to that point. Just don't give up.
Yeah, bro. No, it just well, as artists, that's kind of it's in us, that flame where we gotta keep
Definitely.
creating. We gotta keep going because it's up here, it's in here.
Yep. Yeah, man. Let everybody feel that flame. Let everybody know what you're trying to put out. Just don't give up on it. That's what I would advise, man. For real. Keep drawing, keep painting.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that with us. Very it's fucking dope that
Thank you.
you're open with us like that, and yeah, you'll be surprised. I remember like looking up to cats the same, looking up to the graph heads because I didn't know any better. I didn't have access to like the arts like that. Nowadays, it's you got a lot of it online. It's way easier now. The internet exists and you can look up and how to how to do acrylic, how to do oil, how to do pastel. But before, growing up, it was very
It was hard.
complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, you had to experiment. It was different. Yeah, so props to everybody still doing it, man. Like,
And then yeah, you just keep going, you just researching, keep learning.
yep, always. I think that's one thing too. Always keep learning. Keep be open minded to it, because the more you're open minded to it, the more you'll be able to gravitate to what vision you want to give with all the tools you're learning with, or stuff that you want to like dabble with and stuff. So
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, bro. It's awesome, being able to keep creating and because like yourself, I've had homies that have passed, to the next life, and they were also like graph heads, and they've also influenced my work. And hearing that from you, from another artist, it's beautiful,
I appreciate that, man.
because
Thank you.
you were telling me earlier about that, how passionate about that piece about your boy. Started got me thinking about my homie too. That he did a lot of bombs. Just bombs, not really like paintings or just like
Just mobbing,
pieces.
dog.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just
he's a
mobbed, he just
mobber.
mobbed. And yeah, it brought back memories. Just sitting here brought back
Yeah.
memories.
I appreciate that, brother. That's what I want my work to do, bro. It's fond memories, man, of the people that still fuel us, and keep us going. So
Yeah, and our job, in my opinion, is to just keep going for them, that they can't go
definitely,
no
that's it,
more.
bro. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the key.
Yeah,
know?
man. Again,
Definitely.
thanks for sharing all that with us, being here, um, and be with todo color with us.
Thank you, man.
And do you have any shout outs or anyone you want to say what's up to before we?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been with me through this whole journey. To all my boys right here, Ed, Rips, Wilmer, my boy Roar. My missus, everybody, man, my folks, y'all folks right here también, to still believing in what we're doing out here. Like, this is it, man. Like I said, y'all believe in the same dream that I have, the passion that I have for it, and I think this is the way we're gonna be able to keep growing. You know, like within community, keep being there for each other, and props to all of us. And thank you for giving me the space to be in. You know, appreciate y'all, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Thank you again. As I always tell people, like today is like 2024. We might be back 25 years from now, 10 years from now. As we keep going, we'll be like, damn, Manuel, where you been at?
Yeah, man, but this
So,
is documented, so it'll be there. You know, it'd be beautiful, bro, to look back. So I
hell yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you for catching it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys on our next episode, season 16. Efrain, Manuel today. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.